Good morning. At this time, we'll call to order the Yamhill County Board of Commissioners formal session. Mark, would you lead us in the pledge?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. All right, this is the time we have set aside for public comment. I should mention that Commissioner Primizic is excused from today's meeting. He has a testimony to deliver in Salem. This 30-minute time period is reserved for public comment on any topic other than quasi-judicial land use matters or another topic scheduled for public hearing. Unless extended or restricted by the chair or majority of the board, public comment will be limited to 3 minutes per person. The first intent to speak card is Mr. David Wall. Would you state your name and your address for the record, please?
Thank you, Your Honor. My name is David S. Wall. My address is P.O. Box 756, Newburgh, Oregon, 97132. First of all, I'd like to thank you for the return of the audit report that I lent you. I hope you found it interesting and got some insight from it. I have unique talents in that arena, and I hope to be of assistance to you. Having said that, I've called earlier in my speeches since you are having an audit this year, to include all your nonprofits. And here you have a bifurcated audit. You want a performance audit and a financial audit of all your nonprofits. I would also like to thank you, Madam Chair, for your diligence and recusing yourself from the entire proceedings with reference to the road where you live and your neighbors. I contend that the county needs to firmly address the budget for hiring more sheriff deputies to patrol the rural areas. And I think your neighbors are experiencing what my neighbors and myself are experiencing in the rural sectors of our place. With reference to the labor matters that are before you, were you appraised during your executive sessions for your budget discussions and deliberations that county employee contracts were coming due? That I do not know. But if you were not appraised then that the contracts were coming due, you have been ill-served. Having said that and not knowing, I blame no one for any error. It's just that tiny tidbit should be looked at. Lastly, I want to talk about these quasi-judicial matters procedurally. First, it's not quasi-legal at all. It's very legal. And this is in reference to documents given by applicants and or respondents. If they're not truthful, if they contain libelous statements, your attorney will advise you what type of liability that you may incur. With that, God bless all of you and everybody in this room. Please stay dry and watch out for your earthquake.
Thank you, Mr. Wall.
Thank you.
Angel Mendoza.
Thank you very much for allowing me a minute or so.
Angel, could you state your name and your address for the record,
Angel
please?
Mendoza, 1812 Northwest Spanish Bay Drive, McMinnville. Thank you for allowing me a minute or so. I've got a couple of invites for the commissioners and the public as well. At American Legion Post 21, every day, 10 o'clock in the morning, we go out there and we salute the American flag, we recite the Pledge of Allegiance, and we sing the national anthem. 10 o'clock through the weekend, every day. And if you watch any sports, we're doing it in response to what's going on there. So that's the first invite. Thank you very much. Everybody's welcome. It doesn't take but a minute and a half. So if you're in the area, we'd appreciate your attendance. Second one is we're making history this year on November 11th, which is Veterans Day. Falls on a Saturday. 9 o'clock in the morning, we're going to stage at the McMinnville Praise Church across from Circle K, east part of 3rd Street. We'll stage there, and we're having the first ever veteran and first responders parade. Everybody's invited. We need to support each other. We need to show support for our veterans, first responders, and we believe this is a great opportunity for the community to unite even more. We all talk about supporting law enforcement, and we get upset when we see this or that across the country. We believe this is a good way to support our law enforcement. So far, all of the invites I've done in person for the participants of the parade, the most excited, grateful people have been law enforcement and fire department personnel. So it's time that we recognize these wonderful folks, veterans that gave us our freedom, and first responders that keep us safe every day of our lives. And we shouldn't wait for somebody else. We need to do this at least locally, and that's how we start change. The radio station, Mr. Adams has done one interview. People have heard it on the radio. News Register has done a bleep on it. CarStar has the information. I've done at least 4 Facebook posts. So if you see it, please share. We need to pass the word around, get as many attendants as possible. This is a great opportunity for us to start the ball rolling and perhaps keep this going from now on every year and not wait for anybody else to have an idea down the road. We need your support. We'd really appreciate your attendance. All businesses are welcome, just with a little sign of we support veterans, law enforcement, then their business logo so they can advertise. The sky's the limit. Anybody's welcome, whether it's one person, a group, or all veteran organizations have been invited. National Guard has been invited. Evergreen has been invited. Navy Sea Cadets,
Madam Chair.
Civil Air Patrol, and the list goes on and on and on. Tribble Helicopters, McMinnville has offered to do a flyover for the parade. My contact from Oregon State Police, McMinnville, said, let me try to make some phone calls and see if we can get the Portland Air National Guard do a flyover with some real jets. So we're very excited, and calls are coming in. People are believing this is going to happen. So I just want to invite everybody,
Thank you.
especially the commissioners, if you can, please join us.
Thank you, Angel.
Thanks for putting this
The
together.
Secretary has a copy of all information
Got one too.
needed.
Thank you,
Okay?
Angel.
Thank you, Angel.
Appreciate your doing that. Next is Tom Konkalewski. Did I say that right?
Pretty close.
Okay.
All my life it's been butchered, so it really doesn't matter.
All right. Could you state your
I know anymore how to spell.
name and address for the record, please?
My name is Tom Konkalewski. I live at 412 Northwest Wallace Way here in McMinnville. I'm here in support of the union. I've been a county employee now for 12-plus years. I do behavioral and case management for mental health in the residential treatment facility. I'm a veteran. I was the guy that was in the back of the helicopter. I am a husband, a dad to 6, a grandfather to 2. I'm a homeowner and taxpayer. And right now, I'm really concerned about what's happening with our contract negotiations, or should I say the lack of negotiations. I think everyone that works for the county wants to do a good job. I love my job. I love what I do every day. The people that I serve, I know are getting a better quality of life. I'm really concerned about some of the outsourcing that's going on, where you as the commissioners are the public stewards, that you're looking to make sure that the county runs well. And I think right now there's a lot of people being taken advantage of because we do love our job so much. We are so dedicated to this county and to what we do that, I mean, my gosh, how could we go 4 months without a contract? This really isn't fair. I know the deadlines that are required by me. If I were 4 months late, I wouldn't have a job. I'm really proud to say that I supported all of you during the elections. And I'm glad when election day came and I saw who won, I got excited. So to see things like this, it's kind of been disheartening. I have worked with people that are on call that work in the same field in other counties. And we have openings in our office as in many of the offices throughout the county. And people are working, extra hard because they're short-staffed. This young man that I work with on an on-call basis doesn't want to apply here full-time because he would take a $6 an hour cut in pay for the exact same work, except I'm doing more of it. And I'm not complaining. What I'm saying is that there's a real need here, and I really wish you folks would really stay focused on that, and let's get something going so all this turmoil can be over, because it's really eating my guts up. I'm too old for this. So thank you so much for your time, and I hope this can be resolved real quick.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Timothy DeBolt?
Good morning.
Morning.
My name's Timothy DeBolt. I live at 481 Northwest Hillcrest Street in McMinnville, Oregon. And I'd like to thank you for providing me the opportunity to speak to you about a serious issue facing Yamhill County. I'm here today to voice my concerns over the county's unwillingness to resolve the labor dispute with AFSCME employees. I'm a national representative with the American Federation of Government Employees, or AFGE, and I'm also a retired federal employee. And AFG is the largest federal employee union in the United States. And AFG represents federal employees from various agencies across the country and in Yamhill County, including the federal prison in Sheridan. Many federal employees' spouses or children work for Yamhill County, as do numerous retirees. Although a strike is looming, it's not too late to avoid it. I ask the commissioners to find the common ground that will bring this contract to mutual agreement. Although we belong to different labor unions, we're under the same umbrella of public employees who provide vital services to the community. I want the Yamhill County employees and the commissioners to know that AFGE stands with AFSCME in their efforts to obtain a fair contract, and we encourage our members to assist and support those efforts. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. DeBolt. Tammy Story?
Hello, my name is Tammy Story. I live at 9420 Mountain Lane in Kennedy. And again, I'm going to read from other coworkers that are unable to attend. One is actually attending and she has sore throat, so I'm going to read for her. I want to start by stating I love my job and my community. Whenever people ask what my career goal is, I can easily state that I'm exactly where I want to be. I can't imagine a more fulfilling career. But mental health is not an easy field. I work with people in their homes and the community. Our team is amazing. We are frequently the first notice when symptoms start getting worse for someone because we are working alongside them daily in their treatment. We are there to alert others so supports can be wrapped around them and help them find stability again. We are also there for people to come to when they're running out of hope. We've been the ones people come to right after a failed attempt at suicide. We've been the ones to call 911 and thrown away the bloody sharks. We've been berated with a whole slew of terrible names and stood calmly while violent gesturing is directed at us. Some of my coworkers have even been physically attacked. This process is rewarding in the end, but can be brutal to go through, especially when clinicians are constantly changing. Rapport is sometimes the best tool they have, but high caseload, turnover, and shuffling can make that harder to build. Again, I love my job. My entire team loves what we do, but it can be difficult. We have to work hard on self-care and managing our own stressors so we can be our best when our people need us. This could be a formidable task while you're pushing aside a stack of unpaid bills, find a loose change in your car, hoping to scrape together enough to buy a $3 Happy Meal for lunch. We pour our hearts into this county, and we only ask for fairness and respect in return. We need fair compensation to make our workplace stronger and to support ourselves and our families. We connect people at their lowest moments with services so they can build lives worth living. We need a fair contract so we can also make sure that we build lives worth living for our own families. Please help support this goal. I also am going to read for Jill Olson, who's on sick today. Good morning, my name is Jill Olson. I live at 9420 Lafayette Lane in Amity. I worked at Yamhill County for 34 years in the IT department. The document I have before me was dated March 3rd, 1993. The players were YCA, Angel Mendoza, appointed by YCA, Cindy Weir, appointed by YCA, Rob Halliburton, appointed by the DOC. Management was Harriet Miller, appointed by the YCA, John Crowder, appointed by the DOC, and Paul Kushner, appointed by the DOC. Seventh member, Richard Sly, elected by the committee. Entitlement of the document I'm holding is joint wage classification study. The members of this joint committee reviewed 61 unique job.
Ms. Story,
descriptions.
can you finish your thought, please?
Yeah.
Because we're trying to keep this at 3 minutes, okay?
If you feel the COLAs the county's provided over the last 25 years have been appropriate for the increased cost of living, then you should have nothing to fear from a salary study today. We're not asking for the study to take effect until the end of the current contract, which would be 6/30/20, and we're putting it off until 2 minutes before the expiration of the contract. We're trying to help. We're giving you 3 years to budget and prepare. Again, if COLAs you have so generously provided are truly equitable, then you have nothing to fear.
Thank you, Tammy. Patricia?
Oh, one more thing. 4 of the positions in that study were actually down, had to be downcast because they were over.
Thank you, Tammy. I'm sorry, I can't read this. Is it Patricia? Patrici? Patricia? Seemuller. Okay, Patricia, would you state your name and address for the record, please?
Yeah, Patricia Seemuller, P.O. Box 978, Carlton, Oregon. Good morning. I'm a citizen of Yamhill County, a property owner in McMinnville, and an employee at the Public Health Department. I already wrote an email in which I described our work, and so I'd like to talk a little bit more about the financial side today. I have my property tax statement with me from July 2016 to July 2017. It indicates that I paid almost $2,700 of my salary went right back to the county coffers. And I do believe it's my civic duty to help pay for the needs of the community. But many county employees like myself are helping support our community in many ways, such as the over $1,450 I paid into the school system. I don't have family members in the school system, so also I use my own vehicle for work. I make home visits. I maintain that vehicle on my own time. This saves the county time and money and also allows us to complete more visits, which in turn brings in more money for our programs. In Marion County, the same job that I do pays almost $10,000 a year more than I make, but they work 32 hours versus our 40. Their time off accrues faster, and their caseload limit is 36, and I've had up to 136 clients. Our Yamhill County Assessment and Tax Office has notified me that I can expect a change in the real market value of my property sometime in late October, and I think that means I'll be paying more in taxes this year. In the FAQ document regarding the May 2016 school bond measure, the school district literature states
Excuse me,
that-
Patricia, we're